Alright, what's up guys? I was scrolling through YouTube and came across this absolutely wonderful video from the stick missing from the bundle, Garaa0fTheRage, or as I like to call him, Gehenna0fTheRage, because honestly, that's where this video belongs. And if you don't know who Garaa0fTheRage is, he's pretty much a Fratanga orbiter, so that should tell you that we are dealing with an absolutely intelligent individual. Now, in this video, he basically gets real big mad and seethes over Synthetic Man's review of Doom the Deborah Wilson Ages. And you know, as a Syncel, I had to defend my queen's honor, but also I just wanted to respond to this disingenuous retard. So yeah, anyway, let's just get right into it.
You know, seriously, I do not remember the last time that I covered freaking Synthetic Man over here.
Wait, hold on. Who does his voice remind me of?
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head.
I can't tell whether I'm getting fat or Down syndrome vibes from his voice, but it's definitely at least one of those.
Well, at least in like video format. There have been a couple times that I did cover him on Salty Sundays.
Well, I can definitely say that you're having a salty Sunday right now yourself.
But in video format, I think it's been like maybe a hot minute, maybe a couple months or half a year, something like that. Who really freaking knows, to be honest? But I'm gonna be completely honest. As soon as I saw this video right here, I thought to myself, oh, I know his Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal was bad, but then I watched this about a good 30 minutes into it, and I thought to myself,
you gotta love the lip smack he left in there.
yeah, this one is pretty bad.
Which one though, the review or the video game? I definitely say it's the video game personally, but I'm sure we're about to hear him shill for Doom the Shard Ages.
Now, a lot of you are probably sitting there thinking to yourself, Garaa, it's not that bad. You're being over dramatic. No. What do you think we're covering this video right now?
I don't know. I'm sure it isn't because you completely lack critical thought and blindly shill for any video game.
Why do you think I'm not doing a video on the Nintendo fanboy, PlayStation fanboy, maybe an Xbox fanboy if they decide to rear their ugly heads once again?
Yeah, I call complete fucking cap on you making a video on an Xbox fanboy, especially considering who you're friends with. But you certainly will make plenty of videos on Nintendo and Sony fanboys.
But yeah, that's why we're doing this video right now. So please make sure to go grab yourself a nice little drink and a nice little snack.
Alright, hold on. Let me just rummage through the Goy Slop pantry real quick. Okay, there we go. Let's continue.
And we're just going to go ahead and dive right into that content. Lord help me with this one.
Yeah, that's right. Lord help me with this one, because I'm going to lose the last bit of gray matter I have left in my brain.
Those of you longtime fans of the channel might remember that I was very critical of Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah, who can forget about that little review, especially the segment about the speedrunners? Oh yeah, who could definitely forget about that one?
Okay, and what's wrong with fair criticism? From what I remember later in the video, he said he liked the game.
I'm not going to go into all my reasons again, but the short version is I just wasn't a huge fan of the style of gameplay. The ultra-fast, twitchy, high reflex switching weapons every millisecond, Simon Says style gameplay where you're sort of pigeonholed into a very specific play style.
Okay, that part right there, I want you to remember throughout the whole video when he's doing this review about Doom the Dark Ages. Yeah, he didn't like the fast pacing or anything about Doom Eternal, right? So you would probably think that he likes the Doom the Dark Ages, right?
Okay, but why would you like it? It's literally just parry, 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 shoot gun, parry, 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 throw shield. Like, what's even engaging about that?
It was also a quality game, without a doubt. It still made it to one of my favorite games of 2020.
See, what did I say?
So I don't hate it by any stretch, but I did have a reputation at the time for having a bad take on it and then going nuclear on speedrunner type people.
Jesus Christ, we get it.
Listen, Synthetic Man, these days with video games with you is a love and hate relationship. Can we get to the point of the fucking review already? Because at this point, it's getting really annoying.
I can't believe a Zoomer has to tell you that you have a Zoomer attention span. Like, holy shit, maybe just put it on 2 times speed or something.
And the reason I bring this up is because when I heard that Doom the Dark Ages would be taking a completely different approach, the Doom Slayer would be much slower, and the theme of the game is to stand and fight. I thought, oh wow, they actually listened to the criticisms that a shit ton of people, including me, had for Doom Eternal.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, they totally changed the pacing, the mechanics in the game, right? Right? They did what you guys asked for, right? And you guys are happy about it, right?
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
No, dumbass, they didn't do what people asked for. People wanted a return to form like in Doom 2016, not this first-person shooter Sekiro shit.
Well, as you could probably imagine by the title I picked, the monkey's paw curled, and this game is obviously worse than Doom Eternal. Hell, it's worse than Doom 2016.
So, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal did not make you happy.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Dude, I really had to play that clip twice. Like, no, you absolute disingenuous dipshit. He never said Doom 2016 and Eternal were bad. He just said that the Dark Ages is worse than both of those games, which I'm inclined to agree because it genuinely is.
So they try to make you guys happy. They try to bring the pace down. They allow you to have more control of how the game flows. And you're still not happy.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Eat the bugs, live in the pod. You will own nothing and be happy. Like, holy shit, dude. If someone shit in your cereal, would you still eat it? Not everyone's a brain dead shill like you.
Yeah, this is going to be an extremely fun video to cover. Please hit the like. Please hit the like for my absolute sanity or dislike. I don't really care at this point.
Yeah, anything for that sweet, sweet engagement.
But help me. Help my sanity, please.
I'm going insane myself listening to this retard.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this game, but basing half of the gameplay around pressing right click at the right time makes us feel even less like a Doom game than Doom 3.
Stop the cap.
Dude, and Doom 3 was literally fear and Dead Space. That's literally what the game was just literally trying to copy. You didn't feel like the Doom Slayer. And just because you have parrying in the game doesn't mean you're not the Doom Slayer. You're literally blocking demonic beings, melee, and projectiles. How do you not feel like the Doom Slayer? Seriously, just like blocking their attacks, telling them to go fuck off, or sending their projectiles back at them. How do you not feel like the Doom Slayer? What is wrong with these people?
Yeah, literally, dude. Like, literally, what's wrong with these people? Like, you literally feel like the Doom Slayer. Like, literally, this game is so much better than literally Doom 3, dude.
But given that parry mechanics are in every goddamn video game now, who asked for this? Nobody. I understand if they didn't want to double down on Doom Eternal's mechanics. I know I sure as hell didn't want id Software to do that.
What the fuck do you want?
They tried doing something new with Doom 2016. They tried doing something new with Doom Eternal. And they tried something entirely different with Doom the Dark Ages. Dude, what's going to make you happy and enjoy a Doom game? Seriously, I have to freaking know.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe make a game that's not literal dog shit. I also am still wondering where he keeps getting this idea that Synth wasn't happy with Doom 2016. I'm genuinely wondering what crevice he pulled that out of.
But man, it feels like they overcorrected in all the wrong ways, and they didn't even solve the Simon Says problem. In fact, it's much worse in this game, having giant glowing projectiles that you right-click over and over and over over again.
Oh my god, I think I gained a chromosome hearing all that.
You felt Doom 2016 wasn't fast enough.
Again, when did he say that, you actual low IQ dipshit?
You said Doom Eternal was too fast. It felt like a Zoomers game.
I didn't mind how fast Doom Eternal was, but it does still have plenty of other issues.
So when they finally put you in a nice middle ground, add a little parry mechanics just to mess around, make it more flavorful for you, it's not good enough for you still.
Yeah, parrying shouldn't be in Doom. Stop making excuses.
Is this dude ever happy, like, at all?
Yeah, dude, why aren't you happy? Why don't you just eat the slop? Like, with the state of modern gaming, are you really surprised that people don't have any happiness left to spare? Don't piss on my leg and then tell me it's raining.
It's just not fun at all. And because you're so slow, you don't even end up using like half of the combat arenas. If anything, one of the most effective strategies in this game is to stand in a corner and just parry, 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 parry.
I will send you to Jesus.
If it's the most effective way in order to win against a game, why aren't you doing it right now in your gameplay?
Because that's fucking boring. No one wants to play the game like that, yet that's literally how it's designed.
Most of the gameplay that you show throughout this whole game, you're literally moving around, parrying, shooting, meleeing. Yeah, you're not doing what exactly you say, what's the most effective way? Like, seriously, come on, you're a viewer. You gotta show this type of stuff, not say, that's the most effective way.
You didn't have to do an impression. You've already got the voice.
And they're using every single ounce other arenas to where you can encounter enemies, adventure around. It's like, what else do you guys want?
I don't know. An actual good game. You have to either be willfully ignorant or actually fucking stupid to not see the design flaws in this game.
You guys didn't like 2016, and you didn't like Eternal.
For the 50th time, who the fuck said that?
So they try to have a little more mechanics to where you can adventure around, collect stuff, get gold. Like, and you guys are still not happy about that. I don't think you guys will ever be happy.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, people with an IQ above room temperature have the ability to be critical of things and aren't just easily pleased by every little piece of slop that releases. Developers need to be criticized in order to improve, retard.
Because as soon as an enemy gets behind you, you fucking die in like a millisecond.
That's rich. Go on.
Of course you would show a clip of some freak with his legs crossed.
I chose Nightmare on my first playthrough, and almost every time I died was just because the game literally spawned enemies behind me, or the enemies circled around behind me because I got a little bit too bold and charged forward into a crowd of enemies.
My fucking eyes are tearing up.
You can't be serious right now. Do you seriously think they're going to allow you to stand there and let you wail on them the whole time? You don't think they're going to go in your blind spot and attack you? This just screams skill issue to me.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. You just have a skill issue. Like, dude, people like enemies to be in their field of view in their video games. No one wants to get hit from behind like they're in a fucking Diddy party. Although, who knows, maybe you would like that.
Play as a giant mech, and all you do is press left click, oh, spacebar to dodge, then right click, and then you do that over and over and over and over again, and there's absolutely no skill involved. The dragon's even worse because it can take like 4 or 5 hits without dying, and the gameplay is arguably even more simplistic than the mech. It's not fun at all. There's even turret sections. Can you imagine a turret section in Doom 2016 or Eternal? This is the first time in the new Doom series that I've ever gotten bored playing the game.
You looked pretty interested in that gameplay, though. I didn't see you slouch back, just get tired of it, like holding down a button. No, you look like you were leaning forward and paying attention the whole time.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm too much of an autist, but that didn't exactly seem like interest to me. But I will say that I did quite enjoy the turret sections to a certain degree, but the dragon and mech section sections were absolutely fucking horrendous.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude, but I do agree with you that they do need to improve some of these segments over here, allow us to do more things like ripping and tearing, kind of the basic thing that you do in Doom. And on top of that, we need more weapons for the, well, different things that we could do in this game, like, you know, riding the dragon. You know, I would like to use the fire, the Titan. I would like to rip some more people apart, having some more weapons for it too.
To be fair here, he actually makes a good point for once, although I would still remove the parrying bullshit from the dragon segments.
And the turrets, well, I could take them or leave them, to be frankly honest. I would kind of like to be, you know, Doom, you know, the Slayer in that situation, climbing up the Titan and, well, executing it myself. But hey, you know what? They at least tried something new.
Trying something new doesn't matter if the execution is complete shit, you fucking tard normies, I fucking swear.
This entire game is centered around the fucking shield. Half the guns don't even matter because a lot of them just serve the same purpose.
You know, you can just not use the shield, right? It'll just be a little bit tougher on doing like peeling armor and getting through objectives, but you know, you could just use it for objectives. It's not a big deal. But honestly, if the shield is such a big deal with you, then just don't use the shield. Simple as that.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, bro, why don't you just, not use the shield? Like, that may just be one of the fucking dumbest things he's said in this entire video. You can't just ignore an integral part of the gameplay loop, you fucking dumbass.
If you see a green melee attack or projectile, you hit right click at the right time, and the parry window is very generous, by the way. And yes, I know you can adjust the various difficulty stuff, we'll get into that later.
Of course it's generous because you're used to doing that. You're used to parrying things. It's not that hard to parry on here.
I mean, did he say at all that it's hard? I don't think this dude really has any listening comprehension. But, you know, still, I don't want to play Doom like it's Sekiro.
That's why they gave you the setting to turn it down.
Okay, don't you think it should already be hard, though, on Nightmare difficulty? Why does someone have to go to the settings just to change it? I swear, every word that I hear that comes out of this dude's mouth brings me closer to ending it all.
Oh great, I know what he's gonna say later. It's a accessibility issue for the, you know, for people like the journalists to use, you know, to make the game even easier for this, even though you can make it even harder for yourself. I just know it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, this all-inclusive gaming is what caused gaming to be ruined in the first place. And also, we all know who it was done for. Don't even bullshit.
But I played this on Nightmare difficulty, and the parry window is like so ridiculously generous. As long as you have a general idea of when the attack comes out, you'll parry it every time.
Dude, again, of course it's generous because you've gotten this pattern down in your head. Every time you see a green one, oh, I need to hit this about a second into this. You've already gotten this down inside your head. If you want to make it harder for yourself, go to the settings, turn it down. It's like, why is it so hard to do it? Oh, because I'm not hardcore enough. I won't be a Nightmare even though I'll just have my parry window even down even more, and I'll still technically be doing Nightmare. I don't get it.
I'm honestly so tired of listening to Eddie speak.
And there's an upgrade you can get for the shield which widens the hitbox from throwing it, which can clear out a shit ton of fodder demons in like a split second, which completely trivializes any crowd control weapons, like this skull shredder thing that you get early on. And
you just perfectly demonstrated why you still need a crowd control gun. You literally just threw your shield at a boss enemy, and you were literally complaining about earlier that they spawn enemies behind you. What if a whole group spawns behind you and your chained, like, you know, your chained shield is still in that enemy? You could just whip right around and use a crowd control gun and get rid of those guys. Like, you just demonstrated one of the best reasons why you still need that weapon, even if you still have that upgrade.
No, you can just recall the shield.
But on the ground, you just kind of shield bash or kick the enemy and they fall apart into gore. I know a lot of people are complaining about this, but after playing the first 2 games and seeing the glory kills 1,000 times, I'm actually completely fine with this.
I'm sure as hell not. The glory kills was an awesome thing to have in this game. It showed how gory and fucking savage the Doomslayer was. Like, earlier in the video, you would have had a point if you brought this up earlier, how you didn't feel like the Doomslayer, and I would have easily given you that point. But, look where we are now.
I will actually agree with him here that the glory kills should have stayed, and yeah, I know you can technically execute a glory kill by jumping, but no one's gonna do that.
Shield runes are also a thing, but they don't add any depth to the gameplay whatsoever. It's just an additional effect whenever you parry something.
Same thing could be said about the grenade launcher and Doom Eternal, the one that would launch the freeze grenades and the grenades out. Yeah, like half the time when I was playing Doom Eternal, I completely forgot about those. I kid you not. Like, it was just, it felt absolutely useless. But at least with this right here, with the runes, at least they have a utility to where I could do extra damage to enemies around me, like the, you know, the small enemies.
Okay, but the grenade launcher actually did have a utility in Doom Eternal. It's the same with the flamethrower, where you would get armor plates from that.
Great idea for crowd control. Hey, look at that, synthetic man.
I think that laugh might just be on the same tier as Seth Rogen's laugh. Alright, maybe it's not that bad, but I still hate it.
Those sound cool on paper, but they require no skill at all because you're parrying the whole game anyway. There's no reason not to parry at every single opportunity.
Or you could just not use the parry mechanic. Like, you could just play it like a regular Doom game. I don't know why this is hard to understand.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. Just don't parry. Okay, in the game that's literally designed around parrying, are you actually this fucking dense?
So the shield rune mechanic is just an extra power fantasy effect on top of everything else.
Wow, it's an extra feature that you could use to slaughter demons with. Wow, what a deduction there, Sherlock Holmes.
I mean, did he really present it as a negative?
Because you might remember that Doom Eternal had weapon, armor, health, flamethrower, chainsaw, grenade launcher, all these different cooldowns that you had to juggle between. That was a huge part of like the skill ceiling of that game. Yeah, they kind of just removed that in this one.
You know, for a man that really, really hated Doom Eternal, you are really naming off all the mechanics that you really, really miss there, buddy.
No, because he was talking about the fact that you have to use certain weapons on certain enemies in Doom Eternal, not those mechanics.
I'm fine with the quick swap from Eternal being removed because it's just not that type of game, but there's no reason that it should take like 3 seconds just to pull another gun out.
ID Software.
Oh my god, ID Software. You know, I know this is real petty, but it's id Software, you fucking dipshit.
Is never gonna make this man happy. They will never find a middle ground for this man to make him happy at all.
I mean, yeah, he's reviewing the game, so of course he's gonna criticize it. What, in a review, are you just supposed to be like, oh my god, dude, it's so good! Oh my science! Like, even in my review, I also pointed out the problems with the game, and I still thought it was okay.
Boy, do I feel bad for your future wife, dude.
Bite my shiny stellar ass. Stellar arse. I can't do it.
Kind of idea. You stand in front of the demon, you just right click their attacks, then you bash them with melee, shoot them with the chain ball since it's already charged up, and then rinse and repeat. How the hell is that exciting?
How about trying a different weapon? Did you ever thought about that? Did you ever thought about going to like an only parry run against that thing? Did you try anything else besides using the chain ball gun? No, of course not.
I mean, the gameplay loop is pretty much the same no matter what you do. It's just a parry sim.
But when you're 1v1ing these fucking gladiator guys, it is so boring because you fight them the same exact way every time and they have too much fucking health.
Oh my god, I have a different type of enemy to challenge me. I thought it'd be an easy cakewalk, just parrying and doing everything so easy. I thought it was another game of Simon Says. Remember, I hate Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. I thought they were old trash games, so when they try something new, I still hate it.
I have AUT, ISM. I have AUT, ISM, autism.
Yeah, that's right, dude. If you hate repetitive gameplay loops and spongy enemies, you just have a skill issue. Might as well just commit An Hero now, scrub.
Even fighting the cyber demon is boring because he just hit scans you from far away, so you just walk up to him, parry a couple melee strikes, shoot him, melee him, rinse and repeat.
Okay, that one I agree on. The Cyber Demon needs a little bit more help. It needs more movesets that makes it a little more threatening than just swipe, swipe. Oh, let me go ahead and parry it. Yeah, so I kind of agree with that one.
He agrees. I'm shocked.
The amount of times that I kill a Pinky Rider, and you do the same thing every time. You just headshot him with the javelin, so you kill the Rider, and then you just kill the Pinky by shooting it with whatever you want. I mean, it's a huge target.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Then why aren't you showing us how easy it is then? Like, please, just show us. Why can't you show us?
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
Well, I definitely think Helen Keller made this video because he just did show it on screen, dumbass.
Also, there are multiple ways you can handle the Pinky, like you just did there with the plasma cannon. What I personally do with the Pinky is that I get my shield and I dash into it with it, stunning it, hitting it with my melee, using my super shotgun to get it, then melee it again, executing it, rinse and repeat on it. It's like you've got multiple ways that you can fight against these type of targets.
Okay, but you just described how you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Almost every other projectile in the game is so much homing that you can't even dodge it unless you're sprinting, and you can only sprint straight forward.
Then run at it then. Why are you being such a bitch in this situation? Like, seriously, you're the Doomslayer. Just run right into it and slaughter the enemies. That's what you're literally supposed to do. Or just try to sneak behind a wall real quickly. It's not that hard to do.
You know, you might have a point if the entire motto of this game wasn't stand and fight. It doesn't play like Doom Eternal where you're constantly on the move.
So you have to literally turn directly to the left or right and sprint. And at that point, why would you even bother unless your shield is about to break?
Tell me you missed Doom Eternal without telling me you missed Doom Eternal.
I know I miss Doom Eternal. It's certainly not lacking in issues, but I prefer it over all this parry slop.
Imps have hair now, which just looks weird. And the new Caca demons look nothing like Caca demons. Same goes for the Pinkies. The Pinkies are now these huge, like, animals that the demons ride.
Dude, it's called the Dark Ages. Do you understand that they're in a medieval setting over cosmic horrors? Like, seriously, did you read any of the freaking lore on this at all? Do you understand what setting you're in right now? Probably not.
Did you read the heckin' lore, Eno? Did you consume the story? Dude, holy shit, no one cares about the Doom lore.
And there's this huge new lizard demon that just doesn't fit in with the rest. It looks like it came out of a completely different game.
He has no look of an idea what game he's playing at all. It's called the Dark Ages. Take the fucking hint with the medieval armor that is going on. Oh my god, just take the fucking hint.
He's not talking about the armor genius. He's talking about the enemy design, which looking at it, it looks more like a dinosaur than a demon. So yeah, it does kind of look out of place.
And honestly, I was debating whether or not it's even worth talking about the boss fights. But again, after finishing the game, I now feel compelled to talk about it. The boss fights are ass. A lot of them get demoted into like just elite style enemies later on, and those are just fine.
These are champions designed to go after you, to stop you from completing your objective. And of course there's going to be smaller versions of them. You just killed the biggest, baddest champions there are. Oh my god, I can't with this dude.
I mean, he just said that the elite style enemies are fine. And also, yeah, I agree with him. The boss fights are ass. Now, that pretty much is a given in most first-person shooters, but it's especially egregious in this game.
This is ripping off of Souls in another way that we now have fucking stagger meters. This is just some straight up wannabe Sekiro shit. And if you do max out the stagger meter, the boss is vulnerable and you do a lot more damage. You know how it is. But you can honestly just shoot the boss to death just fine.
The Souls franchise is not the first one to come up with a stagger meter. Are you fucking kidding me? Have you played any other games where it has a stagger meter? There's like a bunch of, I can count on hand right now, that has a stagger meter. One of them being right now is Destiny. Yeah, there were some strike bosses and raid bosses that did have a stagger meter.
Yeah, maybe in a vacuum that would be fine, but in a world where every game has Souls elements shoved into it now, we all know why parrying and stagger meters were put into the game. Have some basic pattern recognition skills. That's not just a coinky dink.
Now my question to you is, what the hell is the difference between this and accessibility options?
Nothing really, except for the fact that you can customize your own experience to the way, you know, you want to play this game. Oh no, I know exactly where he's going with this.
Yeah, let's see where Gehenna is going with this.
Now, yeah, okay, you can make the argument that there's ways to make the game harder than even the hardest difficulty, which, yeah, that does make it one step above accessibility.
Yeah, people get to customize their own experience here. What's the Oh, I know what the problem is. He's gonna make a woke fucking how Doom's woke in here and how it's absolutely trash because they put something like this in. Here we go.
I mean, there is plenty of other woke shit in the game, but still, this is a problem because it appeals to the lowest common denominator. And I played on Journalist myself, so, you know, I guess guilty, but still, it's a poison in the modern gaming landscape.
But let's be honest, that's not what these sliders are for. Game journalists. So that they can slide everything to the easiest level and then just breeze through the game.
Or you can make it as hard on yourself as much as you want to. It's called accessibility or customizability, where you customize the settings. Like, dude, this is not to cater to journalists.
Again, you disingenuous retard. Maybe if this was done in a vacuum, it wouldn't actually mean anything, but we all know why they did this. Use your brain and actually think. It was done to cater to journalists. It's not hard to figure out.
Stop it. Get some fucking help.
Yeah, that's right. Get some heckin' helperinos, chuddy. Like, my god, what a fucking concern troll.
And two, it's so that they didn't have to fucking actually balance the game. Because they knew this gameplay was not that compelling. I know deep down. So they're like, well, if you don't like this, you could just turn it off. Okay, but that's exactly how you make a game forgettable and bland, you know?
So it makes the game bland and boring because you don't want to customize it to the way that you want to play. So you don't like the parrying thing at all, and you could, the parrying mechanic, and you could completely turn that off if you want to. Or if you want to like increase the weapon swap speed, I think you could probably do that too. I haven't looked at the settings fully, to be completely honest. And you're calling that bland and boring because they're giving you more options in order to do what you want in this game.
Yeah, because the point is, it means the core design of the game is bad. Oh, enemies are too spongy? Well, why don't you just go to the settings and turn the damage up? Like, you know what the problem is here. Don't act dumb.
I want you to seriously sit down and think to yourself for a second. Is the game the problem or am I the problem? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're the problem in this situation.
I'm an Ellie.
What a fucking Bugman argument. Yeah, that's right, Shuddy. Watch as everything gets worse around you and just consume the slop. Inhale it down your throat and you will enjoy it.
They have tried multiple ways to appease you people, but you're still not appeased, and you will never be appeased because they're never going to get it right for you people. You literally could tell them what you want, and they cook what you want, and then you get pissed off because you got what you want. You will never, ever be appeased.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Except this isn't what we asked for. People wanted something more in line with Doom 2016, but instead we got this FPS Sekiro slop. Sorry, not all of us are blind consumers who accept everything Massa gives us with a shit-eating grin.
I don't have a problem with like basic difficulty settings in games, and I didn't touch any of these sliders. I just hit Nightmare and then played through the game. But these should not be here. This is the developers admitting that they did a bad job.
Just stop breathing. I can smell the ammonia from here.
You've been bitching and complaining this whole time about settings that they did with this game. So when they literally hand you the keys to the kingdom over here and said, if you don't like the settings that we have on this game, go ahead and fix them for yourselves and please enjoy our product.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
This is a similar argument to a game developer saying, oh, you don't like how buggy and broken our game is? Well, just fix it with mods. Obviously, it's not exactly the same thing, but it is similar. I mean, can you even chill any harder?
But you're over here like, how dare you give me the keys to the kingdom so I can fix my own problems I have with the game. And you didn't even bother to use the fucking settings. This is wow, this is really fucking sad, even for you, Synthetic Man.
It's funny to read the title of this video and just see how absolutely felted Garaa0fTheRage is getting from Synthetic Man's review. I mean, honestly, he just sounds like he's absolutely dripping with seethe with every word. It's just funny how ironic this video is when, honestly, you could hold up a mirror and just see how mad this dude is.
No, they want to try and appeal to the lowest common denominator, which is, you know, as we all know, the best way to make a game. I mean, what's wrong with making as many people as possible able to enjoy a video game?
And you are a ridiculous, immature, half-wit moron.
Man, what a way to call someone immature with the heckin' Marvelinos, dude. Oh, I heckin' love Marvel.
They literally gave you the keys to the kingdom to set up the game the way that you wanted to, okay? You literally wanted it to be the way that you wanted to, and you had the keys over here.
You're completely missing the point he's trying to make. The point he's trying to make is that when you appeal to the lowest common denominator, that means the lowest common denominator starts coming in and ruining your favorite franchises. That's how things got to the point they are. That's called gatekeeping, you fucking moron. And we've seen this in games before. So yes, this is an actual problem.
So instead of going into the settings and fixing it the way that you want it to be, you instead made a 30 to 40 minute fucking video bitching and crying. Who's the fucking sad one here? The one that refused to go like an extra 10 to, or like 5 to 10 minutes into fucking settings and adjusting the game to the way that you wanted it to be. The money that you spent on this game, you didn't even fully use the full functions of this game to make it to the way you want. I don't know who's fucking sad here. The casuals that you're trying to make fun of here, or you personally, Synthetic Man?
I mean, I don't know, dude. You're the one that made this video, so I don't really know who's sad here, but you know, I would wager that it's the dude who's throwing a bitch fit over someone else's opinion.
And they're just gonna like, oh, let's just turn up the parry window all the way up, because I don't really like parrying. I just want to shoot guys.
You're just bitching because you want to bitch about a game as per usual. This game is perfectly fine with its settings. You just want to sit here and bitch and complain about the casuals because the casuals have more control over this game. The game's not catered to your difficulty the way you want it to be.
Oh, wait, what was that you said? You're a Doom fan? Well, this franchise isn't catered to you anymore. Now it's, for everyone, and it's all inclusive, so why don't you just give up your franchise to everyone else that wants to play it, because they know so much better than you. Yeah, dude, this just contributes to the feminization of gaming.
And so when they finally designed a game to the way that, you know, you want it to your specific needs, you're bitching and complaining about it. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic.
If they actually gave people what they wanted, they wouldn't be complaining. I swear to God, you may actually be one of the most retarded people I have ever responded to, hands down.
And then, you're not even fucking playing the same game anymore. Again, you can just ignore these sliders and it's not going to affect your experience, but they shouldn't be there in the first place.
He is literally just looking for reasons to bitch and complain.
No, if you had any idea what cause and effect was, you wouldn't think he's just bitching and complaining.
Because I'll bet you anything, if these settings were in here in the first place, I'll bet you he'd be bitching and complaining, why didn't we have something to do these settings in the first place? Why weren't these in the first place? You're just looking for reasons to bitch and complain.
Oh, like you with your million Nintendo and PlayStation fanboy videos? My god, at least to be a self-aware commentary channel.
Honestly, talking about difficulty sliders and accessibility could be its own gaming is dying, but just know, it has no place in this Doom series. It is dumb as hell. I don't like it.
You're complaining about settings that do not affect your game at all, that you refuse to use at all, even to see what you could possibly do to make your game and your personal experience with the game even better. You're gonna sit there and bitch and complain that it should be removed.
Yeah, because it's all about the principle. I mean, have you seen what happens when normies enter these types of franchises? Just look at fucking Dark Souls.
Oh boy, this is a new low for Synthetic, man.
The fuck, dude? You're acting like he stammed a grandma or hit up the local 13-year-old. Like, no, he literally just said that these types of settings set a bad precedent.
The problem is the level design is still kind of ass, because like the actual open levels are just giant empty arenas with giant hallways and of course little secret areas, just like the previous two games in the series.
Demons, and I do mean demons, straight from fucking hell, have come to ravage and destroy the lands. There's not going to be pretty little butterflies going everywhere, little birdies flying anywhere, deers going everywhere. They have come around to destroy the fucking lands because they're looking for something. What do you fucking think to expect to be around here? Little fucking deers everywhere? Get a fucking clue, Synthetic, man.
I know that you have no listening comprehension as evidenced up until this point, but he's talking about the level design, and he's trying to say that the levels are completely devoid of demons, and this is a big step down from 2016 and Eternal, which had more so arenas, and I actually would agree. I think the level design is complete ass in this game, and I'm gonna be very petty again, but it's deer, not deers, you fucking half-wit.
You know, I've been complaining about this style of puzzle since God of War Ragnarok came out.
One, you don't have Atreus next to you bitching and complaining, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, constantly in your fucking ear. And two, this type of puzzle solving has been out longer than fucking a God of War, okay? All you have to do is look around and figure how to complete the puzzle. Basic normality. I don't fucking understand him.
I guess the Helen Keller name really does stick, because honestly, you have to be blind and deaf. He was saying that he was complaining about it since God of War Ragnarok, not that it didn't exist before God of War Ragnarok. And anyway, that style of puzzle is absolute ass, so I don't even know why it's in video games.
This is the part nobody really gives a shit, including me. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because this game has probably like 3 times as many cutscenes as the previous two in the series.
This literally took me like 2 minutes to confirm everything. Literally the difference between Eternal and the Dark Ages is literally 40 minutes of cutscene. It's not triple. Please try the fuck again, Synthetic man.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but you have to remember that Doom 2016 had so little cutscenes that might as well have been none. I've seen this happen with franchises before. They become overly cinematic slop, so it's always a bad sign when more and more cinematic cutscenes are put into these games, and Doom the Dark Ages definitely has the most cinematic cutscenes of all 3.
And they add absolutely fucking nothing. If anything, they take away from the game.
Do you not understand that this serves as a bridge between the classic Doom games to the modern games? Like, it literally explains how everything fucking happened. Literally fills in a time gap, expands the key lore elements, connects connects classic and modern Doom. Hell, it even introduces new lore and characters. The fuck are you talking about?
I streamed this game all the way through, and if someone asked me to give a summary of the story, I honestly could not tell them, because it is complete incomprehensible babble. And again, he goes on about the heckin' lore he knows, but dude, no one cares about the Doom lore, let's be honest.
The story is almost incomprehensible. I'm not joking.
No, it's not. All you literally need to do is just to pay attention to the fucking lore and not drool on yourself.
C-A-P.
I was paying attention while playing this game, and yeah, no, the story is just shit. Stop the cap.
But it turns out, no, it wasn't actually the real artifact. It turns out to be the fucking girl boss, who despite being a white woman, is voiced by Deborah Wilson. We can't fucking escape this bitch, no matter where we go. And don't give me the fucking NPC response, oh, she's just easy to work with. No, she's a demonic entity who worms her way into every video game. I was tired of looking at her. Now I'm tired of hearing her voice. Fucking stay out of video games, bitch.
Holy fuck, is this wrong?
You want to know why Synthetic Man is acting like this? It should be very obvious at this point. Yeah, if you see the picture of Deborah on the screen, you pretty much connect 2 and 2 together at this moment. I am actually kind of disgusted to say myself as a gamer and be in the same category as Synthetic Man. It is just, it's absolutely disgusting at this point.
Makes me want to throw up!
Yikes, Sweaty. Did you just pull a heckin' racism against my queen, Deborah Wilson? Now this is quite terrible. I must go defend my queen's honor against your horrible attacks. Like, honestly, dude, what a bleeding, virtue-signaling veg. Like, why are you pretending to act so offended? It's honestly just cringe, especially when the white people try to pretend to be offended on another race's behalf. And anyway, why White Knight for this when you can instead White Knight for this? Live and learn, I guess.
She belongs to the streets.
And if this man actually paid attention to the lore, he would know why she had that in the first place. But, you know, that's just me in that situation because I like paying attention to shit.
Okay, we all know why she has it, but why does she have it, if you know what I mean? I think we can all take a guess.
And it also kind of makes me sick, too, to the point that this man didn't even bother paying attention to the story or at least, you know, booting up a YouTube video to understand the story.
Yeah, that might be true if the story wasn't literal dog shit. Stop making excuses for it. Although I guess there will always be someone out there who will defend the shit on the designated shitting street.
So where are you from? We are from India. Oh, great. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. That's all I need to, Bob.
Nah, he just threw the story to the side and just wanted to go for Deborah's throat in that situation. Colin, you know, just wanted her to be exiled for what reason? I'm not going to say it out loud, but everybody could piece those two pieces together. You pretty much can, you know, in that situation.
That's right! That's right! Yeah, try, white boy!
Yeah, we get it, lil bro. You're very virtuous. Protect trans kids, affirm trans rights, stand with Ukraine, Black Lives Matter, trans visibility is valid. Anyway, moving on.
But anyway, fam, thank you very much for watching this Synthetic Man video. It was a questionable one as per usual, like, you know, like every other Synthetic Man video.
Oh yeah, very heckin' questionable, dude. Anyway, that's the end of that video and also the end of this video. So I appreciate if you watched until the end. Anyway, the support has also been pretty insane for the past 2 months. Like, I honestly did not expect that type of boost. But yeah, much appreciated for all that. It honestly is pretty wild. Also, go sub to my N-Wall, Latina Parfait, because he genuinely does make some really good content. And yeah, I am skinwalking his type of videos.